So I am gonna give this AI model a very simple job and I just want you to watch what happens. The job is fix the bug in this file. That's it. And you know what it did? It wrote me a really nice explanation of how I could fix the bug. But there is one thing I want you to notice here. It never actually touched the file. It couldn't. It only talked about it. Now I'm gonna do the exact same thing one more time. But keep your eyes open because this time something is going to be different. And remember, it is the same model. I did not change it. I did not upgrade it to some smarter version. Nothing like that. This time it opened the file. The bug is actually fixed. So now a question should be coming in your mind, right? The same model just did two completely different things. The first time it only talked, and the second time it actually did the work. So, what changed in between these two? The answer is one word: harness. Now, some of you are already thinking, isn't that just tool use? Hold that thought because tools are part of it, but they are not the whole story. And by the end of this video, you are gonna understand exactly what this harness is, how it works on the inside, and you will even be able to build a small one on your own. So give your few minutes to this video and let's get started. But before we talk about the harness, first you need to understand what this AI model actually is when it is sitting all alone without anything wrapped around it. Because if you don't understand the problem first, then the solution is not going to make much more sense to you. So, in the simplest words I can give you, an AI model does only one single thing: text goes in and text comes out. You give it some words and it gives you some words back. That is the whole job. That is literally all it does on its own. Now just think about what this actually means. This model sitting by itself cannot open a file on your computer. It cannot run any code. It cannot even remember what it was doing 5 minutes ago. And it has no way of knowing whether a job is finished or not. Let me give you an example so this becomes really clear in your head. You can think of this raw model like a racehorse. A racehorse is very powerful and very fast, we all know that. But suppose you just leave that horse alone in an open field. What is it going to do? It will just run here and there and get nothing useful done. It cannot pull your cart, and not because the horse is weak, but because there is nothing connecting the horse to the cart. And this is exactly the situation with the raw AI model. All that power is sitting right there, but there is no way to actually put it to work. So now the real question becomes, how do we connect this model to the real world so that it can finally do something? And that is where our main topic comes in. On a real horse, what is a harness? It is the straps, the reins, the blinders, and that piece which connects the horse to the cart. The moment you put this harness on the horse, everything changes. Now the horse can pull the cart, now you can steer it wherever you want, and now you can also stop it whenever you want. An AI harness is the exact same idea, just for a model instead of a horse. In simple words, the harness is all the software that we wrap around the model to turn it into something that can do real work. Agent is equal to model plus harness. So the model is like the brain and its only job is to think. And the harness is like the hands and its only job is to actually do things. When the model is sitting alone, it is just a chatbot. It can only talk to you. But the moment you wrap a harness around it, now it becomes an agent, which means it can go and take action. So that is what a harness is. But I know if I just say software around the model, it still feels a little vague, right? So let me actually show you what is happening inside it. And don't worry, it is much simpler than you are probably imagining. So the whole harness runs on one simple loop, and this loop is honestly the most important part of the entire video. Once you understand this loop properly, trust me, everything else is going to fall into place on its own. Let me walk you through it step by step. In the first step, The model looks at the job that you gave it and it decides what the next action should be. For example, it thinks, okay, to fix the bug, first I should read the file. Now, here is the important part. The model itself cannot read the file. Remember, we just talked about that. So, in the second step, the harness does it for the model. The harness runs the tool and reads the file. Then, in the third step, the result comes back. Maybe it is the content of the file, maybe it is an error message, whatever it happens to be. And this result is handed back to the model so that the model can see what actually happened. And now the same thing repeats. The model looks at this new information, it decides the next action, the harness performs that action, and the result comes back again. And this keeps going round and round. Now you might be wondering, why does this keeps it repeating like this? The reason is that after every single step, the harness asks one simple question. Is the job done yet? If the answer is no, it goes around one more time, and if the answer is yes, then it stops. So in simple words, the model thinks about one small step, then the harness does that step and checks whether we have reached the goal. And this keeps happening again and again until the whole work is finished. This little loop is the engine that runs every AI agent you have ever heard about. Now that you have understood the loop, the next question that should come in your mind is, what are the actual things inside this harness that make the loop work? So there are five things, and the good news is that all five of them fit perfectly into our same horse example. Let me go through them one by one. The first one is tools. You can think of the tools as the cart. The cart is the thing that lets the horse actually carry something useful. In the same way, tools are what let the model actually do things like read a file, run a command, or search something on the web. The second one is memory. See, on a long task, the model would very easily forget what it already did. So the harness keeps some notes on the side and it only shows the model the things that are important right now. You can think of this like the blinders that we put on a horse. Those blinders keep the horse focused on the road in front of it instead of getting distracted by the whole field around it. The third one is verification. This one is basically you sitting there and keeping an eye on the road. The harness checks the work that the model did. For example, did the test actually pass or not? And why is this so important? Because a model has this bad habit of saying the job is done when the job is actually not done at all. The fourth one is guardrails. These are like the reins in your hands. This is how you keep everything safe and under your control. Maybe you allow the model to read your database freely, but you make a rule that it has to ask you first before it deletes anything important. And the fifth one is observability. You can think of this one as a small logbook of the whole journey. So, if something goes wrong somewhere, you can go back and look at exactly what the model did at each step. So, just keep these five in your mind: tools, memory, verification, guardrails, and a logbook. Put all of these around a model, and there you go. You have got yourself a harness. Now, let me quickly clear up one small confusion because you have probably heard two other big words floating around these days. One is prompt engineering and the other is context engineering. And a lot of beginners think that these two are competing with harness engineering. But that is not true at all. They are actually just smaller parts sitting inside it. Let me explain it with the same horse. Prompt engineering is basically how you word your instruction to the horse. Context engineering is about what you allow the horse to see around it. And harness engineering is the whole complete setup: the cart, the reins, the route, everything together. So each one is sitting inside the next bigger one. That means harness engineering is not some brand new thing that came and replaced everything. It is simply the biggest circle that holds the other two inside it. Now, there is one more word you have probably heard somewhere, and this is honestly the one that confuses people the most. So, let me clear it up right now before it confuses you too. That word is loop engineering. And I already know what you are thinking. You are thinking, wait a minute, we just said the harness runs on a loop. So isn't loop engineering the same exact thing? It is a very fair doubt to have, but the answer is no. And the reason is that these are two different loops, sitting at two different levels. Let me explain it properly. The loop we talked about earlier, where the model picks an action, the harness runs it, and the result comes back, that one is the inside loop. It lives inside the harness, and its only job is to finish one single task from start to end. So that loop is part of the harness. It is not a separate thing at all. Loop engineering is about a different loop, an outside loop, and this one sits above the harness. In simple words, it is when you stop starting each job yourself and instead you build a system that keeps launching these agents again and again on its own. It finds new work, it hands that work to the agent, it checks the result that comes back, it remembers what already happened, and then it decides what to do next, either on a fixed schedule or until some big goal is finally finished. The harness is the fully loaded cart, ready to make one delivery with you sitting there holding the reins for that one trip. Loop engineering is when you stop driving each trip yourself. Now you set up a system where the card goes out on its own, delivers the order, comes back, checks which orders are still pending, loads itself up again, and goes out one more time, the whole day long, without you ever pressing start. So you did not just automate one trip, you automated the sending out of the trips. So just keep this one simple line in your mind and you will never confuse the two again. The harness is everything that one agent needs to do its job properly. And loop engineering is the system that keeps that agent working again and again on its own without you sitting there and starting it every single time. By the way, I have already made a full separate video just on loop engineering. So, if you just want to go a little deeper and really understand how that outside loop works on its own, then go ahead and check that video out. I will leave the link for you right up here and down in the description. Now, here is something interesting, and I think you are really going to enjoy this part. You have actually been using Harness already, maybe without even realizing it. Have you heard of Claude Code? That is a harness. Cursor, Codex, GitHub Copilot, all of these are harnesses. Every single one of them is taking a model and wrapping it up with tools and that same loop that we just discussed. And this actually explains something that used to confuse a lot of people. You must have seen some people saying that a certain model is absolutely amazing, and at the very same time, other people saying that the very same model is terrible. So, how can both of these things be true at once? The answer is that they are not really judging the model at all. They are judging the harness that is wrapped around it. It is the same horse but with a different cart. One cart is built really well and the other one is built poorly. So, obviously, the ride is going to feel completely different. And one more thing you should know, this is not only about coding. A research agent is just a model inside a harness that can search and read for you. A support agent is just a model inside a harness that can look up your order. It is the same exact idea, only the tools are different. So you can see the harness is quietly doing a lot more of the work than most people give it credit for. Now, a very fair question. Does that mean you should put a harness on everything? And the honest answer is no. So, let me tell you when you actually do not need one. If your task is something where you ask one question and you get one answer, then you don't need a harness at all. For example, write me an email or explain this piece of code. That is just simple chatting. Building a whole loop with tools for something that is small would be like putting a big heavy cart harness on a horse just to walk it across your backyard. It is complete overkill. You only need a harness when the task has real steps inside it. When the model has to do something, then check it and then keep going on its own for a while. Okay, so now the fun part. Let me show you the smallest possible harness that you can build. You only need three things for it. The first thing is a loop, which simply means keep going until the job is finished. The second thing is one tool. So give the model just one real thing that it is allowed to do. Let's say the ability to run a command. And the third thing is a stop condition, which is just a way for it to know when to quit so that it does not keep looping around forever. And believe it or not, that is already a real harness. The model picks a command, your code runs that command, the result goes back to the model, and this repeats until the model says it is finished. And when you run it, you will see that it actually works. Of course, this is not Claude Code with 1000 features inside it, but the skeleton underneath is exactly the same. It is the same loop. And if you want to learn how to build proper AI agents in Python step by step from the ground up, then I have left a really good course for you down in the description. It is on Coursera, and the nice thing about it is that it walks you through building the whole agent framework yourself, piece by piece, which is exactly the next step after what we just did here. So, if you are serious about really understanding this and building your own agents, go and check that one out. So now let's come all the way back to where we started this video. Remember that model in the very beginning? The one that only talked to us and could not fix the bug? Now you know exactly what was missing in that moment. It had a brain, but it had no hands. There was no tools for it to run the test. There was no loop for it to try again. And there was no way for it to know when the job was actually done. So, in the simplest possible words, the harness is the hands. That is the whole idea of this video. And the best part is you can build one yourself. Just start with those three simple things: a loop, one tool, and a stop condition. If this video finally made everything clear for you, then do give it a like because it really helps the next person who is stuck on this same thing to find it. I will see you in the next one. A few links in this video are affiliate links. If you purchase through them, I may earn a small commission at no additional cost to you. I only recommend resources I trust and find valuable.